I'm probably more likely to say, oh, let me go ahead and buy, especially if it's cool. Yeah. That Wu-Tang show, they had that Houston Rockets Wu-Tang mashup shirt.
That's smart.
Definitely bought that.
Sure
like I said, I'm buying that immediately.
Yeah. I can say like, I know you. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I think about it all the time because I was like, when you bought it, I was like, that's mine. Ding, ding, ding.
No. That's my lose weight congratulations shirt.
But I can honestly say every time we go somewhere, I'll be like, oh, you getting that? All right, dang, he got the Chico hoodie. Like he got less hoodie. Like he got all the hoodies. He got every time we somewhere. You like, yo, how much that hoodie? I'm like, this hoodie wearing ass nigga. Like,
well, when I was like, I already rock hoodies, and or a band shirt or whatever. But it's just like that. I feel like one, you get a lot more artists that are putting, I feel like, more work into their merchandise. Like they're like, yo, I really want people to walk away with something good. So even
the technology,
K-Dog stuff, man.
Oh my gosh,
K-Dog,
he got a farm of merch.
Best merch.
Look,
I've never seen him with the same merch.
God,
exactly.
Not at all.
They be having straight up photo shoots.
I
watched a lot of his lives.
I did a video literally just to showcase their with Pumpsicle, Papa Pumpsicle. You know, his man,
really?
the fitness dude.
Yeah,
and he has a ton out, man. The back of his car was just all merch. So we did a video. We had to do like 5 outfit changes.
Damn.
See,
just so that,
and that's kind of what it is. So
smart,
man.
Smart, yeah.
I find like, and unless it's that, or like when we talk about Toby when he was first coming out, there was so much merch available. It was either he was selling vinyl, which I think I bought like every one of his vinyls.
Okay.
Or it's been merch. Like just get a shirt. Get a T-shirt, get a long tee.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a hoodie, get something like that.
Or just, I mean, if anyone just start with one thing and just work that. Because I remember with him, it was just the hoodie, the hoodie.
Yeah.
Then he got the paint. Then it started, branching out like that. Yeah, just go on one thing, just work it. Because people just want to, because it's redundant. It's like, I got the album here. Let me go. I'm not gonna buy the physical one. That's just basically me giving you money.
Yeah.
Not really, but you know what I'm saying. That's just like, oh, I got it on my, I'll buy it just to support it. But like a sweater or something like that, people
you're
will
gonna wear
like,
that.
yeah.
So Boy Drew's merchandise.
The merchandise developed. Boy Drew stuff looks dope. I mean, but the merchandise also develops. It also develops a culture. Like we were saying. I mean, one of the reasons why we wanted to interview Say Black was just because like every girl got a Say Black shirt.
He's super popular.
Yeah,
I can't figure out why he's just super popular. No, I mean that sounds.
No, I'm messing with
but
you.
I mean, like he's like
it just pop. Like I think he just has a good energy.
He
does have a good. When you're near him,
great
he's just a great guy.
I'm just like I'm a guy that hangs out. I host parties. I don't drink, but I have drinks and have fun.
Right.
No, I remember it was his birthday, and we were at one of Todd's events, and there was a picture taken. I'm in that picture. On his page, and you're like, I don't even know this. Don't even know him that well, but there was like,
but it's just a smile. It's a smile and a handshake.
Dude is nice.
He's a smile and a handshake as soon as you see him. Yep.
But even that, just a simple shirt that has his logo on it, and that just kind of became a thing where it's like I've literally been around people like, oh, I gotta re-up and get another shirt.
Yeah,
like that's it because mine got kind of older. Like that's a thing but that's support. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah, in my loft at home, it's just I got every sweater, every hoodie, every hat. You'll see it hanging up everywhere in the crib.
Yeah.
So with that show, a lot of that when I shoot, you'll see just kind of like subliminal
stuff in the background.
Yeah,
just tiny things, which is good too.
Yeah, just shooting in different spots because I watch like Atlanta or things in New York and LA, and it doesn't catch our eye because we're not from there. We don't understand what this chicken shack means to if you shoot in front of like a Frenchie's or you're shooting in front of Turkey Leg Hut and it was just off on the side. People I know that. And it's cool. Memories. It draws you in. Yeah, and it's pretty fun in a fantasy world like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with that. Independent. That's gonna be fun.
I can't wait to see just tiny things of going.
Yeah.
Yo, that's Caro's in the background, and he's right near that subway.
Yeah.
1,000%.
We don't go to that subway.
Exactly.
Like just the tiniest things.
But that's a huge thing where it's like, we talked about that with like DeLorean where we're saying not just being able to see it visually, but I said Houston will also develop its music scene when we start talking about like
Nights of the International Ballroom.
Ballroom is
I went to the International Ballroom,
a day in the life of a Houstonian.
No, talking about the potholes on Richmond and stuff like that. I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm hearing stuff like I think people are doing it more, where they're making it tangible, and I'm listening, and I'm like, oh, that's the hood. A lot of stuff I didn't know was the hood.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
Some things I can tell. I know Dante had me out at South Lawn. I was like, this
definitely.
I didn't have to go. Like, this was. I was like, man, he got a lot of respect from me after that. I was like, damn, that's tough.
And that's one of those things because Dante is such a nice guy.
Man, yeah.
Like he's such seems like a quiet, kind of unassuming guy. Yeah. But he's like, yo, this is where I come from.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is.
All this business together.
Matter of fact, he had me in South Lawn. We were supposed to record in someone's spot, but they weren't there. So he just went knocking on some random spots. I used to live here. I was like, let's try. We want to try to come back next week.
Yeah,
he was just bold. I love it though.
So
stuff like that.
But I like seeing that where it's like you have these artists that are like I like Big Bad Cab and like in Afghanistan where you got all these artists from the north side that are talking about the area, all these artists from the south side talking, all these people that are talking about who's the boy that's down 45.
He shrimp on here.
No, not Doe Beasy.
Okay,
not Doe Beasy, but right before Doe Man.
Doe Man Diner.
Yeah. Like
I ran into him at Axelrad. I'm trying to get him so bad.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, he's
like,
tough.
He really is. Like, I'm trying incredible.
I be buying. I be buying these cats drinks. What's up, What's up, man? What's up? What you want? Jameson. He gonna say this? Oh, I do drink Jameson.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you on. He probably thought I think he thought I was an artist though. I'm sure they get it all the time.
No, it is one of those. Look, we approached them approaching people at
Amy's
the same
party.
time. We're like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. Well, the other thing too is like that's the other thing, being out and about, because it's like we got God Body just because we saw him at his one party, and then we saw him like 6 months later, and we saw the progression, we saw the crowd work and everything. I was like, yeah, we got to bring him on.
Yeah.
Like that's just
seeing that
sign,
like, man.
Some of those people, I'm like, yo, like
that's right. That's why I first saw you was the classroom concerts.
Classroom concerts. We
like
saw you with that, and then there was another one. Where you at? Because you were with I think it was Elliot at it's a spot in Edo. The same spot that got the juicy leg store, the juice. It's got the vintage T-shirt place.
Edo is in Edo. I was there.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Was it one of Amy's events?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I met you. I saw you there.
Yeah, I was.
I don't think I knew who you guys were then.
I was about to say we were just starting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We were just kind of starting out, and that's the thing. Where
I too forget because when I see certain people, I'll be like, "How come he don't know?" I had different hair and I had no beard.
Yeah. I saw your hair. It came right down.
Yeah, so I'm like,
yours too.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to grow it out.
And I see you committed to the Justivon.
We did.
Yeah, you was hesitant.
Once I was like,
he's with it, man.
you know, he
one of the first.
It's just what it is.
I branded it, but you came up with
Devon.
your name. It was
just
all you, buddy. I just branded it.
Fighting it at first.
I was fighting it first, but I'm like, it works now.
Branding, man.
Now it works. It works. So and then that's helped us develop stuff with doing stuff with the Houston Press and all this other kind of things. So we just trying to flesh out document the scene that's getting fleshed out.
I appreciate it. That's why
that's exactly what you were doing.
I remember, before I met you first. I don't think I've ever met. This is my
we've
first
never
time
met. Yeah.
When I met you at the classroom concert, that's the first time I met you. But I know I was familiar with you after Amy's interview.
Yeah,
she was dropping facts. I was like, damn. She lays out the gems.
Yeah, and that was the other thing, just getting to know and see like the scene. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I did meet you before, but we didn't have any clue who the other one was, and we weren't doing anything. This was VRC, Virtual Reality Caravan. Jedi Master.
Shoot. Wait, was it his podcast?
Yes.
Oh, you was on that same podcast?
But this was before I was like with them on the podcast. Like I was just coming through. Like
he was in the back.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I talked for a second, and I was like, oh, okay.
I remember that.
So
where were we at?
I think we were at
some dive bar.
No, we had the boot. The boot.
It was in the Heights or something like that?
Yeah. But you should go back to the boot.
Yeah.
Go back to the boot now because he's built that up. It's like a full Saints bar. It's got screens, all that stuff. Shouts out to the boot. But yeah, it's got all this stuff out there now. But
it's crazy. You gotta be nice to everybody you meet, boy.
Yeah, you really do.
Stole on me.
You have no clue.
That's true.
And that's the other thing too. It's just like just trying to be professional. You have no clue who you're gonna meet. You have no clue who's who. We've met people and then we'll meet somebody later on and be like, oh yeah, I'm her manager.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we was nice.
Yeah.
Like,
We're just naturally nice anyway. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know everybody's struggle as far as what they need to do.
Facts.
So it's kind of like, I mean, show it in a positive light. It's a good thing. And yeah, you're right. There's been a few times where I've been out at a bar and somebody be like, you that dude. And I'll be like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
This is what they talking about. Like, I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
They're like, let me buy you a drink. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, dang, that's what happened to Nipsey. But I ain't Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I will admit, it happened to us. It happened. I was with you one time when it happened, and it was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, what does he want?
Yeah, I was scared.
He's like, hey, man.
That was the first time that happened.
I was like, man, the only people that watch this show is my mama. Like, how are you watching it? And it was just like,
That's what you think.
That's what you think.
And that's what we were starting to find out. So I was like, oh, okay. So
people start quoting you. People start starting conversations about things you said weeks ago, and you be like, what happened?
And then I'm like, man, we recorded that episode 9 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So now we done caught up. So
Yeah.
I know, like, people will recognize me. That sounded corny. People.
No, I know it's just like
So
people that recognize me.
No, but I had a guy. He thought I was someone else, but I knew he just recognized my face. So I was still good with that. And then he hit me like 2 weeks later and was like, I knew that was you. And he kind of placed my face.
Yeah.
But people will come up, oh, you the dude that does the, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. They give me compliment, but I never see a like or nothing like that. That's why I'm saying you never know who's watching.
Yeah, you never know.
You go, wow, people look, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I'm serious what you're doing. I'm like, okay. So the numbers you can't even really look at.
And that's why I be telling people, I'm like, hey, just
go.
I will say DeLorean was like, he's like, hey man, it takes nothing to like or subscribe or whatever. But I'm like I said, we don't have any kind of like animosity against people. Also, even we've had guests that we've reached out to that have been like just kind of ignored it and then come back on the show later on.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't care.
It's
Like
all
you
love.
don't know us from a hole in the wall.
You
Like
really
I'm
don't.
like, you don't know who we are. We were
exactly.
just two dudes that told you to show up to Harwin.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
I'm like,
1,000%. That's why
come to Harwin real
I'm like,
quick.
this-
We're gonna record some stuff. And like,
This is
okay,
our
I'm cool.
passion, but it's like life is long, so there's other things to focus on as well. You like, oh, you're not coming? That's fine. Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't have. That's why you can ask Doe, D-Lo, Doe Man. I'm Bloodbath. I'm hitting them like
Bloodbath, yeah.
I'm hitting them like at least 3 times a month.
And that's fine, yeah.
Annoying. I see him out, buy him drink. What's good? Dude?
Yeah.
How you feel?
Yeah.
Hey, I like that deck you built. No, but if you ever
DeLorean.
work on this mic,
Yeah,
you know, hey,
yeah.
I'm hitting them
And
up.
then because you're always looking at we look at what you look at and you're looking at that like we love Bloodbath.
Yeah.
Like
Damn,
Bloodbath is one of those people. It's like, and it's one of those things where I'm like, yo,
I think we've been to more of her shows. Than
oh my
you.
god, and it's like with Bloodbath thing, I'm
missing
like,
Ugh.
she's so like,
Oh, she's
it's
swaggy.
raw, it's talent, but I'm
She's
like,
swaggy. She stands out.
man, when people find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, y'all,
Yeah,
like
I
and
was-
y'all
she
don't even know.
brings-
I said when people find out
Yeah.
what she does, oh,
I
it's
was
through the
listening.
roof.
She brings out the women.
Fact.
Oh no, that's true.
Brings.
Yeah, and it's
Every
shut down. It's not like, it's
every
not-
hip hop show, that's the way it's
She
been. Like,
brings
I'm like,
them
where
out.
are these girls
Out.
coming from?
You need to, boy.
Oh, there goes Bloodbath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, who was talking about her? Someone. It was damn. Rhapsody.
Yes.
I was like, damn, I'm never gonna get
Yeah.
her on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. I was
Yeah.
happy that
Nah,
she
absolutely.
put it out. She was. I forgot whose podcast she was. I don't know if she was. It was Rap Radar or somebody. But she was making a point about Jermaine Dupri. She's like, if they give you the opportunity, you should highlight people you like versus talking about people you don't.
Oh, absolutely.
And which was a great point. And then they were like, hey, well, who do you like? What's it? I think it was Everyday Struggle.
Yeah.
And then she started naming them. I think that was the last one.
Because Bloodbath
she-
retweeted it. Like,
I was watching it.
oh,
Because I watched that. I try to consume everything.
Yeah.
I try to consume all,
So you
for fun.
didn't stop watching Everyday Struggle.
I saw that. I was like sick to my stomach. I was like, I'm never gonna get her now.
Yeah.
she'll see it. She'll like it. She won't say nothing back. But I was like, dang, I ain't never.
I mean, you'll get it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep trying to.
You're very respected.
It'll happen.
Because even when he talked about how he saw, especially like your short episode that you put us in, I forget that this is what we do sometimes. I'll be thinking about my job. So I'm just on the phone with my gal and just talking, blah, 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 and talking about my job. And I'm go back to Instagram because, I'm kind of heavy on Instagram. And I'm looking, and I just see it, and I go, oh, man, like, that's like, wait, why am I that's awesome. And I go, wait, that's Coreigh Terry. And I was like, and she's telling me about how terrible her day is. I go, fucking right. And then she's like, what happened? I go, like, I'm finna cook some chicken or some shit because I didn't want to be like, I'm excited. So I let her go through her stuff, and I was like, all right, immediately. So by the time you sent it to me, I was like, I already knew it. Like, I was like, that's the awesomest thing.
That's dope.
Just having you, I mean, like you say, like, you're not going to get these people. You're pretty respected.
It'll happen.
People know who you are.
That was my reaction when I heard. I was just listening to the content, and then because you guys didn't hit me, hey, we were talking about, and ain't do nothing corny like that. It's just I just wanted to go watch Cab because Cab is super ill.
Cab is ill.
Super duper ill, especially when his voice get high. That's when he really about to go in.
Yeah.
But I'm just listening, and all of a sudden my name came up, and I saw the video. I was like, oh shoot, that was a good feeling. And then that kind of just I already had an idea. I wanted to do a short film, but I was like, well, if I could just do a bunch of short films, just make them episodic to where I can kind of like, make an arc of a story, make it chronological, and kind of move through. And that kind of spawned that idea. So I was like, let me just go ahead and put that in there. Yeah. So I thought that was dope, and I appreciate that.
No, appreciate you.
Absolutely.
What more are what are your plans, your immediate plans here? Because I know you got a lot that's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
But what are some of the things, like you were talking about the episodic thing, what are some of the things you got coming out in the future?
Still going to be going with Tangent.
Okay.
That's just more of like not necessarily a podcast. It's more like a mini condensed version of what you guys do.
Yeah.
I hear if you guys watch Joe Budden's podcast, he says it a lot. No, I'm off on a tangent.
I'm off on a tangent, yeah.
And that's usually my favorite part. Not of just his podcast, but every podcast they go, let me stop getting on this tangent. But it's usually when they get into nitty gritty.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you stop? But they're thinking of the
goal the path that they've already set out.
That and also the I guess the novice listener. They
Yeah.
want to stay in tune with that. And I'm like,
forget them.
Come on, let's go. So that's kind of what that is. It's just if you heard an episode of that and they just condense it down, I guess that's the ESPN highlights of a podcast, so to speak. That's my version. So Tangent, that's where the idea came from. Let's see, the Independent, that's just the episodic series that I'm working on. You're gonna see way more of the first takes. I wanted to do, and I also want to do. I'm developing one for R&B artists, not necessarily R&B artists, but just more live performances. You've seen the NPR joint, Tiny Desk.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm working on a dress. It's called Dress Rehearsal. So it's going to just be more with like a 2-part band, maybe a guitarist and maybe a drummer and stuff like that, and just kind of going with that. I'm not sure how much time we got.
We got about.
We don't need to see the time, but we got
45 seconds.
Skating on tonight.
And you know what, though? For that last minute and 45 seconds, because we talked all over her freestyle, and I just want to. Let's play Martina Marie for that last minute and 30 seconds.
Take us out.
Let's do that and just have her take us out, because that's just.
Don't never get it twisted, you the prize, and don't never let that nigga tell you different. Entertaining other women, you ain't with it, then just get up off your ass. It's too much money to be getting, ain't no crying over silly dick. He wanna act like he a kid and get that silly kitty ass nigga tricks. Treat a nigga like a trick, pop that shit off. That shit don't never be a problem when you flexing at the strip club. It's finna be a stick up in this motherfucker. I wish the fuck I would let a nigga play me like a sucker. Got the hustle from my daddy, the game from my mother, got protection from my brothers and uncles, so I ain't never fear nothing. Never claim that I came from nothing. Always had it good, daddy got us out the hood young. Mama kept them plates full, been a bull, and I said that shit with confidence. I put my best foot forward and whatever, bitch, I'm dominant. They said I'm a problem, ain't too fine to me. They're like, where she come from, ain't no finding me. Never see me out, I'm in my bag and I ain't hiring. I'ma let your wave die, these rappers expiring. They said I'm inspiring, I do what I want, sis. Fly me out to Cali, let's go fuck off in the mountains. Need me an accountant, money getting dumb high and dipping in my savings for no motherfucking fun time. He fucked me to the sunrise, he knocked out, then I'm leaving. Get back to the money, I can't cuddle, that shit seasonal. Find me worldwide, bitches regional. Bitches talking comp like what they doing ain't achievable. Take it how you want, the shit's perceivable. Enough of that, fuck a duffel, need a duffel bag, and ain't a nigga walking earth gon' fuck with that. Fuck bitches, get money.